it's what really, you beg the question, really. This is what happens when John Jones left the light heavyweight division. It left all these new prospects to come up and rise.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, if John Jones was still fighting in light heavyweight division, I don't believe any of them would ever be close to his game, depending on where they are right now. But even though him leaving the division and going, trying bumping up to heavyweight, even though his fight's not confirmed, has done a lot for the lightweight division, because it's allowed all those lesser people to sort of flourish now that there's this new challenge. So you've got the new challenge.
So you're trying to say that by John Jones leaving the light heavyweight division, which is starting to become a bit stale with his dominance, it's allowed rising prospects like Jimmy Crute, and even the re-emergence of Anthony Smith. Then it's got, all different fighters like we've seen before, like Alexander Rakic, and Yuri Prochaska. So no, I agree. I think with John Jones, when he was in the division, he was so dominant, but his performance started to become a little bit lacking, and that could be by motivation, or when it comes dominance and being a reigning champion like that, who's been doing the longest amount of title fights out of consecutive title fights out of any champion, right? His performance started to become a bit stale, and they started to become a bit forced, where he really just needed to grind out to his decision in order to show he's still better than everyone else, right? And didn't have to push himself or strive for a finish, right? He started just decisioning people every time. Now that he's left, it's allowed almost like a fresh coat of paint on the light heavyweight division, where we start to see these rising stars who are fairly young, between the 25 to 30-year-old range, and they're now showing that there's a different game in the light heavyweight division. And to be honest, I would be scared for John Jones to come back to light heavyweight division, because I feel in his absence, it really has flourished and the skill level has increased considerably. And I don't know if he would be ready to get back into the deep end so quickly.
Not so quickly. But also one thing that's actually talked about is, I was just reading up before I came over here, is the John Jones effect. And they're saying, if you look at Anthony Smith, you look at what's his name, Thiago Santos, and you look at Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes and Thiago Santos have not won since before John Jones. They've lost all their fights afterwards.
Yet they were very close to beating him.
Yeah. And then also, what's it called? And Anthony Smith. He won, even though he won his last fight, he lost 2 fights before that. So again, it's the John Jones event, and he won by a doctor stoppage.
And arguably, Anthony Smith could have won the belt against John Jones because of the illegal knee, which is hard because, and that's the point we were trying to make, is that it's allowed people to actually re-emerge in the light heavyweight division and all these reigning prospects to come through. Because if you do look at those performances, right, Thiago Santos fucked his knee up early in the fight, but managed to take it to John, and it was a close fight, right? Then we've got Anthony Smith as well, and this isn't in any particular order, right? We've got Anthony Smith. He could have beat John Jones, beat him by the DQ, the illegal knee, and he could have been awarded the belt, right? So that's got to play on your mind, and then you've got Dominic Reyes, who we feel beat John Jones, so
took
it to him. So those last performances were not considerably great for someone as high caliber as John Jones. So it has allowed the light heavyweight division to grow and these talented prospects to come up and re-emerge, where I would be concerned for John to go back in the deep end, even though he has such considerable amount of talent, athletic ability, and I don't see John actually moving back down to light heavyweight ever again.
Nah, neither do I. Because, well, not even that, but one thing I was actually thinking to myself on the way here is, because you brought up Boo looks like Yuri.
Yeah.
Yuri looks like Boo. I reckon John Jones is Cell. he sucked all the life out of, out of those previous fighters. And then you can tell because when Cell sucked the life out of people, he gets juiced up. John Jones, he's all juiced up, ready to go in heavyweight. So
juiced up. Yeah.
As it, like I said that lightly, as in he's thick.
Yeah.
He's thick, and he still hasn't got a fight yet.
He's a bit fat now.
He's
a bit fat now. He says he wants to get a 6-pack in a month or so. I'm like, probably not a month or so. Probably about maybe double that because you're looking a bit fat, to be honest. They've had pictures of him out on his lawn with his kids and that, and you can see he's got a bit of a gut. And I was like, you can see he's everyone keeps on talking about the amount of size he's put on, like the amount of muscle. He's just eating a lot. You can see he's put on a pretty excess amount of body fat as well on top of that muscle, and he's a big guy now.
Thick boy.